Hey everyone, I've started live streaming virtually every day. While I live stream, I get a lot of personal and professional work done. Folks watching the live streams have seen me update my calendar and take notes for things I'm doing or I'm going to do. A lot of you have commented about how organized I am. At my last job, I worked at a fintech company that specialized in cryptocurrency. My roles were primarily operations manager and project manager. While working on projects for that job, there were many different requirements that needed to be met so the results were within the legal, technical, and security requirements of the industry. So I developed many skills and systems to ensure that projects were successful. Many of you have requested that I make a video showing my process and the tools that I use, so here you go. I primarily use 4 free tools, and those are Google Calendar, Google Docs, Trello, and Confluence. Let's start with Google Calendar. Nothing here in Google Calendar is set in stone, and I'll show you how the other tools interact with the Google Calendar. I have been, see right here, I basically fill out what I do as I do it. I try to keep track of things on Google Calendar of what my day went. You can see if we back up a little bit, I have a really screwed up sleep schedule right now. So like I've been getting most of my sleep between 10:30 a.m. and 5 p.m. sadly, and I am trying to turn that around. I actually got up at 2 p.m. today. So let's see here. So if I am actually honest about how my day went, I went to bed around 3. Actually, no, I went to bed at 5 a.m. sadly, because I stopped live streaming at 3, and then I was chatting with somebody on the Discord server until about 4 a.m. But it's fine. We had a great conversation. I'm not mad. I'm not mad. But I actually did get up at a reasonable time. So this is vampire sleep. And actually, I color code things. So I choose red for when it's either super important or something not great happens. It's either or. It's just, needs my super attention is what red means. Purple is actually something to do with streaming or making videos. So you see here, I've got catch up on Discord, message everyone. So I've been doing that. So I think I started around after I got up. I started catching up on Discord, and I did my morning catch up here. So these are actually, you can see that these happen every day. Catch up on messages on Discord, and then morning catch up, check emails, messages, all that stuff. I didn't get to shower and shave, so we're going to move that over to tomorrow, and I have not yet eaten anything. So we need to fix that. In fact, I will eat as soon as I get done making this video. Now, this is a reminder because as I live stream a lot, the ads and stuff over on Twitch have been interrupting things. So folks suggested that I set them to manual ads, and this is just a reminder for me to run those anytime I get up to take a quick bio break. And then I actually did start live streaming. Let's see, I started live streaming 2 hours ago. It's 6, so we started at 4. We started about 4:30. And we're going to live stream until about 1:30, 2 o'clock. So I'm just going to put 2 o'clock. And this is simulcasting. And this is purple because it has to do with live streaming or making videos. So there we go. As soon as I get done recording this, I'm going to take lunch. I have food right over there, but I get hyper focused on this stuff, and my food's been sitting over there for like an hour and a half, and I've been busy focused on other things, so I actually haven't eaten yet. So that's another reason why I'm so keep the calendar, because I'll have a reminder that will pop up if you allow notifications for Google Calendar. When something comes up, you can see here if I hit edit. You can set when the notifications pop up. So I get a notification 30 minutes before this happens and 5 minutes. I actually only need it before 5 minutes, so I'm going to get rid of the extra one there. Let me go ahead and save that. And I'll save that for all following events because I've set lunch to recur every single day because I should be eating lunch every single day, right? Now, this task right here, I made this to convert notes to the Trello board. So let me switch over really quick, show you folks something. here is the script, the intro script that I just read from. And I've also taken a ton of notes because my friends Zach and Chicken Tender, everybody just calls her Nugget. All of her friends call her Nugget. So they gave me a lot of great ideas for videos to make. So I'm going to convert these notes into things on what's called a Kanban board, but we're not there yet because I'm still cleaning up my calendar. Once I get my calendar cleaned up, as I convert things into tasks, I will also set aside time to do them on the Google Calendar. And as you can see, I'm moving stuff around all the time. I don't have to stick with that. You know, I don't get mad if I end up moving things around because nothing ever goes according to plan. So the calendar is super flexible, and I try to keep things on here to just remind me that there are things out there that I have to do. So we're actually going to see, we just started this video. So I'm going to start it right here, and I'm actually going to turn this into make organizational video. I can't spell worth a damn, y'all. I grew up with spell checker. There we go. Thank you, Google. Thank you. There we go. All right, perfect. So this, I don't know how long this is going to take. We'll probably take us through to the rest of the stuff, and then I'll eat when we're done. There we go. I'll probably only need 30 minutes to eat. And then see, there's this gap here. So I actually want to fill that in because I did make lunch, even though it's sitting right here. I haven't finished eating it yet, but it's sitting right there. Make lunch and clean kitchen, because that's what I did. Okay, and then the blue is just normal stuff. Oh, Laxness just subscribed with Prime. Thank you, Laxness. And Phoebus over in chat says, have you heard of an alarm and melatonin? Yes. I should probably order some melatonin. I will see if I can work that into the budget. So here we are. And then I wanted to make sure that I exercise today. So I'm going to move this down. I need like a whole hour, even though my exercises only take me about 30 minutes. There's like a cool down period. So I like to keep track of that too. Anything having to do with health for me is in green, or anything that's going to be super beneficial to me. It's in green. So like same thing about like having lunch. All right. Now let me show you folks, my Trello board. Boom. Okay. Now this, and I need to update this too. I've been slacking, so it'll be great for me to get a couple of things cleaned up, and then I can use this as an example of how to upkeep and how these things operate. So in project management, in the project management world, project management is actually like, for those of you that don't know, there's a whole industry and role. And there's books on project management and all that stuff, and I've read plenty of them. And this is, this is how I've implemented project management in my own life. I've got a bunch of really big, lofty goals. I want to try to teach myself a lot of things. I want to get a lot of projects done, and I'm never going to be successful at those things if I don't try to keep organized. So that's why I use a Trello board in combination with my Google Calendar to see that I actually make progress. I have been making progress in here. In fact, we're gonna fix a bunch of different things. Let's start with these swim lanes. These are swim lanes. Each one of these is called a swim lane. Okay, and you can see that I basically work from left to right. So things start out as an idea, and anytime I have an idea, I always write it down, because I got a lot of like really good creative ideas, and I don't want to lose them. So I put them all over here on the ideas phase. And then the things that I definitely decide that I need to do, the things that graduate from the ideas phase to like, yeah, you should do that, those make it over onto the backlog. So let's take a look at some of the things over in ideas. Video, review Diablo design document, video tools I use to work and keep organized. Oh, look at that. Oh, look, Swanty from Twitch says, I would like to see a video where you showcase and tell more about all the tools you're using, such as Confluence, Trello, chat, maybe use to use for my and other viewers' own projects. All right, well, great, Swanty. In fact, let's move this over to the in progress swim lane. What's going on? What is it? Oh, suspected spam caller. Oh my gosh. Oh, ever since I started applying for jobs, I have been getting so many spam calls. There's got to be a way. My buddy Phoebus just told me there's a way to filter these spam calls out. I got to figure out how to do it. I'm going to put myself on Do Not Disturb so that doesn't happen again. Okay. All right. We'll leave that there for now. I typically leave that on, hoping somebody that I've actually applied to calls, but it's all been spam recently. So, there's Laxness just subscribed. I already thanked him, but he just said "Sup guys" in the chat, and then Swanty, here you go. I told you I'd get to it, and we got to it. So it's here in progress right now. See, I've got my label here, media production. So let's actually click on this a little bit. So see, I created this. I created this in May 26th. And then here in the description, like you can leave yourself a little note. And then up here, you've got labels. And let me just hit add here. So I've got all different kinds of labels. Let me hit show more labels. So these are all the different labels, and you make your own labels. You folks, you can color code them. And like I've got everything color coded to what fits my needs. So like white's like really great ideas. I've got a viewer appreciation tag. I like to sing, so I've got practice vocals. I need to get my Fiverr page up and running to try and get another stream of revenue. So that's why I've got the Fiverr page listed. If things cost money, I like to label that because since I got laid off, I'm on a very, very tight budget. So things that get that label are typically pushed to the side until, I can secure some more employment. Chores, I gotta keep up. I gotta keep things clean around the house, all that stuff. And it helps me to put just about everything I need to do on this board, including household chores. So that's why I've got the label there. This clearly has the media production label. I'm getting into learning AI. I use AI a lot. AI is actually the reason I got laid off from my job, because I did such a good job of implementing it. This is the must spend. So there'll be something like I'll give things multiple labels. So this will cost money, but it'll also be must spend. So there are certain things, I think, like since I only owe 2 more payments on my car, like I'll definitely have must spend, cost money on that task, right? And you can consider anything on this board a task, basically. So you see here, like over in chores, I need to make some homemade saltine crackers because I got a lot of flour, and I'm craving saltine crackers, and I wanted to try making some on my own. And then I got a brand new bathroom sink that needs to be installed in my bathroom in the house that my roommate owns. So all this stuff is up here. Swanty asks, how do you use the label chores, since that is a constant or reoccurring thing? It doesn't really get finished. Basically what I do is when something needs to happen. So if we look over here on completed, yeah, I'm just making sure the camera's not covering that up. So see here, I've got, clean bedroom, sweep floor, right? And that gets the label of chores. And when that's done, I just move it over here into the completed field. And you see how big the completed field's getting, right? Because I'm actually getting stuff done. So you see down here, if we look down here at here, let me hide myself real quick. So if you look down here at the very bottom, right? So like the first thing I did was set up the Ko-Fi account. By the way, shameless self-promotion. You folks can donate and support me over at ko-fi.com/support Nexius. Anything you folks can do be super greatly appreciated. I'm in a spot where anything you folks can donate would be a huge help. Recently just had a donation from an anonymous user They just it was Nexius fan for life, and then Deathforge, who's a regular here in the stream, has donated so I could replace the air fryer that I've got that's on its last leg. So huge thank you to everybody that's donated. Huge thank you to Deathforge and that anonymous donor. But let's get back away from the shameless self-promotion. So you can see how basically when I decide something needs to be done as far as chores goes, I will create a task over here in chores, and then I'll move it over here into completed eventually. So these two things definitely still need to get done. I'll get to it. See right here, I've got something in blocked. Because it starts over as an idea, it'll make it to the backlog. Things in priority, like these are the things that I decide, okay, the next time you sit down and start working on something, you need to pull something out of priority. One of the things that I definitely need to do is get a TikTok account. So many people have suggested that I get a TikTok account. It's set as a priority. I haven't started working on it yet because I'm just now starting to make shorts. I just uploaded my first short to YouTube yesterday. When I get done recording this, I'll probably spend a little bit more time making another short. Once I have a library of like 5 to 10 shorts saved up, I will then make the TikTok account and I'll start releasing things on a pretty regular basis. I'm just currently in the process of figuring out how to make shorts effectively. Singing's like a really big hobby of mine. That's why I got this super expensive microphone and these headsets where I can listen to myself, listen to my own voice. And I really like practicing metal, and I'm really good at metal and country, basically. So that's why I have this in its own swim lane. I haven't been practicing vocals recently. I do need to set aside some time on my calendar just to do that. I don't want to live stream it because I'm self-conscious about my singing, but I'm getting pretty damn good. I just want to practice these things some more. See here we have in progress. This is the web series that is that I'm currently working on, and as you can see here, you can leave yourself notes. So I've been leaving myself notes for see, look, notes blocked off time on 7/5 to start this web series. It'll be great service to the gaming community. This has to do with the stop killing games stuff and how ridiculous some of the end user license agreements have gotten. And let me show you, so first rough draft here. So I'm going to click on this and see, this takes me over to Google Docs, right? So remember, one of the tools that I said was Google Docs. I use Google Docs to write up all of the scripts that I want. So this is actually the script for the Stop Killing Games series. Basically, how I'm going to this is going to go over the history of the consumer protection movements. The laws are really far behind most of the consumer protection laws that we have, at least here in America. Were started in the 60s and the 70s, and some of them were updated in the 80s and the 90s, but there hasn't been a lot of updates since. And now that we live in the digital age, the laws are really falling behind. So the purpose of this script is to provide context for all of the things. And then the web series itself, just so you know, is I will be going over the end user license agreements and the terms of service just to point out how ridiculous everything is. I'm really good at translating legal technical jargon into plain speak. So that's what the web series will actually be about. And then I'm teaching myself a bunch of AI stuff for a bunch of different reasons. And these are my medium to long-term goals. I like to write down my goals. Use Google Docs for that. I just started using Linux, Manjaro, because I need more control over the AI stuff that I'm working on. So I figure I may as well make a Linux video. And then if you check out the live streams or you see some of the recent videos, I've started playing World of Warcraft on a private server on Turtle WoW, and I want to make a video for that. So I definitely need to make sure that I have cards or tasks created for all of those things. But I think that basically gives you a good idea. Let's take a look at a couple of other things. Like I got a problem with my credit card. I basically got to tell them I got to figure out what I'm gonna do with my credit card, basically. I got, oh, this is actually done. Oh, see, this is figure out when next car payment is due, and it was actually due on the 15th of this month. So it's July now. Yeah. So let me go ahead and finish this. Third to last car payment. This is how I'm leaving myself notes. Payment was due on July 15th. Someone donate yeah, this was actually the last bit of my money until somebody donated. So you had made enough off of Twitch over the last few months. Yeah, I think it was like since March. Everything I've made at Twitch since March was able to pay off the car payment for this month. Last few months allowed you to make this payment. Okay, save. All right. Now that this is done, and you can set due dates too. So this is overdue, but it's not going to matter because we're going to put this over here into completed. I'm going to put it up right there. Now what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to create another one because I know when my second to last car payment is due, you must make second to last car payment. Okay. So here I've created the task. Now I'm going to give it a label. So this will be, hit show more labels. So I hit must spend, costs money, right? So now it's got both of those labels on there. And then I happen to know when the next payment is due, and it's going to be on the 15th of August. So I'm going to set that as the due date. Okay. You can update when the due dates are, or when the notification. So, you know, one day before. So let me set it as, yeah, one day before is fine. So I'm gonna hit save, and then the anonymous donor Next fan for life. That was the name that they put when they donated. Sent enough for you to buy groceries and make the second to last car payment. Okay, so this one's actually in the bag. I'm not worried about this one. Then let me move this up to the top. Move down here a little bit because it's not top priority, but it is coming up. So this will, I'll start getting notifications for this, and I'll make sure that it gets done. Let's see here. Let me actually go through priority. Apply for remote English tutoring jobs. Okay, this has been completed via Cambly. Waiting to hear back on approval. So I was looking at ways to make other forms of revenue, and as a native English speaker, you can apparently sign up for a website. There's a website called Cambly that I signed up to. I haven't heard back from them yet, and I signed up maybe like a couple of weeks ago, so I'm kind of worried about that. But you know, if not, I'll just keep going on and keep applying for jobs, all that kind of stuff. Swanty says, I noticed you never complete a task. Tick it off. Is there a reason for that? You just move it to another bucket, or what's it called? It's called a swim lane. And let's see here. Is there a way? Am I doing something? Join, move, copy, mirror, make template, add labels, dates, checklist, members, test. Yeah, I just you'll see here it's in the, so this thing right here, it is marked completed, but you know, they call them lists here. So here's the same list, you know, ideas are over there, backlog, priority, chores, vocals. So I mark it completed, but once it's over here in the completed column, I know that it's done. One of the things that I don't like about Trello is that once I move it here into the completed column, it still shows that it's overdue. So I guess what I could do if I really wanted to was I could remove the due date if I didn't want to see that. But I know that because it's over in the completed swim lane that it's finished and I don't need to worry about it. Up or left, you say? Oh, are you talking about up here? Up here? Yeah. Yeah, so it's in the upper left here, that is depending on which swim lane it's in. Open the task, yeah. And an open task up here. Oh my god. Oh my god. Swanty just taught me how to use Trello. So, you know, I'm still learning. The admission of ignorance is the onset of knowledge. Thank you, Swanty. I just learned something today. I hope you folks are learning something today. Today is a very good day. This is great. This is great. Look at that. There we go. There we go. Oh, wait. No. Look, you can even mouse over. Boom. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Get out of the way. Boom. Boom. Oh, I love it. Oh my, oh, this is so much better. Oh my goodness. Just thank you, Swanty. You're the best. You really are. Look at this. This is cancel VPN's prescription before you get billed again. Pay phone bill. Check assistance program notifications. Update live stream layout. And this was chores. This was bake, clean, pick cilantro. Use ChatGTP before you lose it. I didn't lose ChatGTP because Phoebus donated to keep it going. Arden's a former coworker of mine. He got laid off from the same job I did 3 months after I got laid off. So we've been chatting. He's been giving me tips on how to apply for jobs and that kind of stuff. That's blocked. This is actually done. I was making sure I was trying to cut down all the bills that I had, and I'm typically on testosterone replacement therapy, but I paused that until I can get employed again, because it's pretty expensive every couple of months. This is already done, so that's basically on unemployment, filing for unemployment. I have plans to do that tomorrow. So look at what's here's on hold. Like I've really enjoyed playing Elden Ring. Deathforge actually donated a copy of Elden Ring over Steam, so thanks again, Deathforge. And like that was my first Souls game that I ever played, and I've been checking out YouTube videos on Souls games and that kind of stuff. And the one thing that seems to get the same amount, if not more, praise than Elden Ring, it's Bloodborne. But it's a PlayStation exclusive, so that's why it says it costs money and it's on hold, because until I get a job and I can afford to get a PlayStation to actually play Bloodborne, here we are. Let's see what else. We were going to go through priority, so we got the TikTok. This is about making the Linux video. This is about the second to last car payment. Let's move this up to the top. I'm going to do that tomorrow. I'm not going to live stream tomorrow. I'm going to take the day off. Add commissions to Ko-Fi. So if you go to the support page, if you go to ko-fi.com/support Nexius, I can put up commissions. So I can say like, for this amount of money, like I'll make whatever type of music video you want. So I need to do that because it'll be another stream of revenue if people are interested in it. So I will offer some of my services through Ko-Fi as a way to get some additional revenue. So I guess since I put that on this video, I will make sure that some of those things are up there so you folks can go over and check that out. So let me go ahead and add this to the top of the stack, and let's go ahead and say make sure the commissions are up there before releasing project management / organizational video. There we go. I told you I can't spell. Save. Okay, and what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to move this over to in progress since these two are linked. So I will get to that. What else we got? So we got the payment. This was a video that my buddy Arden suggested. It should help me update my resume. I can only have I've had problems with setting up a Fiverr page. So I've actually got something on the calendar here. Where is it? Yeah, follow up on Fiverr issue. I got a bunch of things to do tomorrow. So it's over. I'll try to get it done on Thursday. So you can see how, you know, I've got all of these things. Anytime something comes to mind, you know, the first thing I do is I write it down. So this is Notepad++. The great thing about Notepad++ is that if you just load up normal Notepad in Windows and you have a bunch of notes in here and you didn't save it and you lose power, or your computer shuts down for some reason, you bumped the power button, you lose everything that's on this Notepad. So Notepad++ will allow, if I lose power, like, and I load it up and I forgot to save it, it will still be here. So I definitely recommend Notepad++. I'll be sure to list that. So the first thing I do is I write it down, and now that I've got that, I can let's see here. So let's see. So we can start converting the tasks here into the ideas and lists here into stuff over here. So let's see here. Because this is a bunch of Turtle Wow stuff. So here, let's do this. Let me show you some of the other features. TWOW content. Okay, let's move this up here. Oops. All right, there we go. So TWOW content, let's go ahead and give it a label. And that's going to be the media production, because I'm making video content on it. Now, you know, use the to-do list in this ticket, in this task, to make videos on Turtle Wow for people who might be new to WoW in general or don't know about the private server. Okay, so I'm gonna hit save, and then look, I'm gonna hit checklists right there, checklist. So we're gonna say TWOW content videos to make. Okay, I'm gonna hit add. All right, now I've got a list here. Okay, so now we're gonna start adding things. Let me here we go. So you know, imagine you don't have the game. How do you get it? I'm just going to copy and paste that right there. And that should be add-ons, not add-ons. So not adds-ons, add-ons. There we go, add. All right, so now I got that as, and I can, if I put the little check mark, see it's got like the percentage, and then it puts a strike through it, all right? So creating your character, let's copy that, put it there. All right, next. Water bags, let's do Hearthstone, registered XP. This should all be one video. It's going to be a bunch of great content. And then we're going to do setting up hotkeys and developing muscle memory. It's how you get good at the game. Your first 17 levels, boom, right there. See, we're getting it done. Okay, leveling professions, boom. Making money on the auction house. Whoops. There we go. WoW basics. And theory crafting for each build. Leveling. And then theory crafting for each build. PvP. Oh, there's a lot of stuff that I'm going to make. Gearing out after you're 60. Custom UI creation. Man, I just had so many great ideas. This is all good stuff. I can't wait to start working on this. Favorite WoW story. Nexius happened. Yeah, that was a good story. And I will make a video about it. The Portal of Chance, Mage Fun. There we go. There it is right there. Figure out how to scream spam calls in Google Voice. So let's cut that out of this here. Okay, so we've got this is set as priority. I need to get a couple of these things done, and then I'll lean into this some more. But let's go ahead and hit add card, and boom, figure out how to screen. I'm going to move that up to the top. Yeah, that needs no explanation. Let's see what if it needs. Is there any label that would fit? Let's see here. Show all labels. I'd say it's a great idea. So it gets the great idea label. What else we got? Flame Mage wants a video. Oh yes, so Flame Mage also wants the video. So we're going to go back over to progress, and then let's add a comment over here. Flame Mage also requested that you create a video around these tools. Oh, gotta spell tools right. Okay. All right. So I think that does a good job. So you folks, over there in chat, do you have any more questions? I can give you a quick. Let's go over it one more time, and then that'll give you folks in chat some time to ask any questions. So again, this is what's called a Kanban board, and these are swim lanes. Or this is Trello. So if you guys check the description of this video, I'm going to link everything in there for you. You can see how I use that. So you can set these up as any way that you want. Each Kanban board is whatever you need it to be. So this is ideas, backlog. The ideas are things that I think is a good idea, but I'm not sure whenever I'm going to get around to it. It's just going to sit over here until I can get other stuff done. This is the backlog. This is stuff that I decided that I do need to do. See, look, cancel Planet Fitness membership, right? But I don't know when I'm going to get around to it. So I already got charged for my annual Planet Fitness thing back in March, so I've got a few more months. I've got until March of next year before they charge me again, so that's why it's on the backlog. So we've got the things that I know I definitely need to do: Turtle WoW creation, figure out what I'm going to do about my credit card, make a TikTok, all that kind of stuff. These are where the chores are. This is my own personal hobby. I really like to practice singing, so I've got this is here as a reminder for me to do that because I find it very fulfilling. And I need to set aside time for doing that. In fact, let's do that right now. So see, I'm taking the day off streaming. So since I'm doing that, let me go ahead and set aside 2 hours. And we're going to say practice vocals. Oops. There we go. And because this is for me and it's a health thing, I'm going to change it to green. Okay. So that way I've got it on the calendar. I'm taking the day off of streaming for tomorrow. I do have some work things to do. I've got to make a couple of phone calls. I'm trying to set up my finances because I got laid off. I'm just trying to get all that figured out. So I'm going to take tomorrow to do that. And then I will take time to practice vocals. And I reminded to do that because I had this here. So if you've got a special hobby, if it's painting Warhammer models, reading comic books, drawing, writing, make sure you put something like that on your own personal board. You can set up multiple boards for a bunch of different things. But we're focused on this one right now. This is all the stuff that's in progress. Things that are on hold. The reason that they're on hold, you can come in and leave a get contact so you can stream with your shades on. So yeah, right. So I'm an old man, so I got poor eyesight. So a lot of people have joined the stream and they're like, "Hey, what happened to the shades?" Well, it hurts my head to wear two different. I got to wear my glasses and the shades, right? So I've got the shades, don't get me wrong. But with the headset that I've got, it just hurts the side of my head wearing both pairs. So as soon as I can afford some contacts, I'll be able to stream with my shades on again. So like that's on hold. So see, personal finance costs money right there, right? So as soon as I get a job and I get insured again, that'll be one of the first things I do. Things that are blocked and why they're blocked. This, Streamlabs basically just costs me money, and I'm on a tight budget. But my friend Phoebus is actually making a custom chatbot to run inside of Twitch and YouTube, and he just got like the first couple of tests done. So stop by the live stream, come hang out, and very soon there will be like a custom, unique, one-of-a-kind chatbot that my friend Phoebus is developing. More on that soon. I'm just gonna tease that right now. And then we've got everything that's been completed. And thank you, Swifty, for reminding me that you can just mouse over and actually click the little checkbox. So I can mark that as incomplete, but I already cooked the taco meat months ago. So we just checked that off, right? So that's all set. Swifty says in Trello, you can filter out done and undone tasks the way you hide done tasks, or you have a list. Oh, in Trello, can you filter out the done and undone tasks? I'd imagine so. I think this is the filter. Yeah. So I would filter out. So here's the filter icon. And then let me show you one more thing too. It just occurred to me. So that's labels, that's activity, any match, exact match, filter, card status. Okay. So we filter out marked as, we filter out not marked as complete. Okay. So that way, see this one's marked as incomplete. Look up Ko-Fi account, take tips, and yeah, there we go. So we can actually mark that as completed. Oh, look, in the moment that I checked it off, because I have that filter enabled, it hit it. So it actually, now it shows that there's 0 things incompleted because we're using that filter. And then Phoebus says, yes, sorry for the delays. Had a migraine this weekend and unfortunately having one starting right now. Oh, Phoebus, take your time, man. You've already made so much progress. I'm super impressed with the progress that you've made. He's already got it like talking in chat. He did a test. It started replying to itself, interestingly enough. So he had to do a fix stuff. But that's what happens when you make a whole new program custom bot. It was quite amusing, and he'll get it done soon. So no pressure, Phoebus. You take care of yourself. I know you work on it when you can. So yes, Swifty, you can do, here, I'm just going to hit clear all, and that way you can see the stuff. So if I go over here and I filter for things not marked as complete, there we go. It hides it. Now let me show you one more thing. I'm going to show you a different, board. So if I click over here, right here, okay, oh wait. Here, I click up here and it shows all the different boards that I have. This is the Skywalker Ranch, okay? And this is a long-term project, okay? This is the Star Wars project. There's a couple videos up on my YouTube channel about it. So you can see here that the project is active. I'm working on other stuff right now, but I still have all the things that I need to do to actually make a Star Wars short film. That's one of my long-term goals, is to make a Star Wars fan film, right? And I'm currently in the process of learning how to do certain things in special effects so it'll look really good. We talked about, this one is actually completed. We successfully we successfully got this one done. It was a test. It wasn't perfect, but we got it done. Fug is actually kind of busy with things recently, so he hasn't been able to contribute to the project, but he's already added so much to it, and I'm so happy for what he has completed. But the one thing I want to show you is, see how I move this over here into completed? So we've got different swim lanes set up for this one too. This is the ideas, this is the backlog. On deck is basically priority, right? We got in progress. Second iteration, I created this just because there were so many different tasks all going into the latest video on the Star Wars project that we got out there. Then blocked or on hold. Just stuff that costs money. Basically, we're not spending any money on the project until we can. The thing that I want to show you though is that since there's 2 people on this project board, like I was able to invite Fugnuk to the project board, so you can actually assign it to people, right? So Nexius Productions is me. Fugnuk is my friend. If I created something, I would assign it to Fugnuk. I also assign it myself, and you can see us actually communicating with each other here in the comments, right? So this is another application that you can do. You can actually collaborate using a Trello board. That's actually what they're for. It's for basically a bunch of people that are all on the team of the same project working together. This is how you keep track of all the tasks, where the tasks are, who's working on them, and if they're stuck or blocked on anything. That's how you do all this stuff. So finally, I want to show you folks one more thing. Oh, thank you, Stefan. Stefan says, I'm actually a sucker for project management. Very detailed. That's great. I'm glad you folks are enjoying this. I'll be sure to clip it all, and I'll put it up on YouTube so everybody can reference it later. I wanted to show you folks one more thing. There's another tool that I use, and I use it as a I use it for a bunch of different projects. So there's a program out there called Confluence, and Confluence is a great way. I mean, if it's one-off stuff or like a script or something, I'll use Google. I'll use Google Docs because you can highlight things. This is you see, you can highlight things, and then you can click a little thing here and then hit add a note to myself and hit comment, and then later on when you're done with that, you can check it off and it goes away. So if we look at the script that I'm working on, you can see how I've highlighted certain things and I've left myself a note, right? This goes right here. Don't forget to add clear language. This is just all notes to myself while I'm working on a script. Now, for much larger projects, I like to use Confluence. Confluence has the same function. See, I can highlight something here, hit comment, and so you can guys see, hit comment and leave myself a note, right? And then I just hit add. Okay. So the next time, see if I can see that it's highlighted, and if I click on it, there's the note. So I'm going to go ahead and hit resolve here. This is my Unreal Engine 5 game developer notes. I have this idea for a great video game. I don't want to just be the idea guy. I actually want to learn how to use Unreal Engine 5. It'll help me with special effects for my videos. It'll also be intellectually stimulating. I've made like a bunch of different notes here of how I would actually develop the game. I've done some world building of what the playable races would be, what the nations and factions would be, how magic works, all that kind of stuff. This has been a great fun little project. I can't wait till things are better and I can spend more time on it. But I also have other spaces. So if I click over here, see, I can show you the Star Wars project. Okay, and the Star Wars project is where I've kept all of my notes for the short film. So see, you can actually nest. So this is writing, and then we've got one for cinematography, practical effects, special effects, sound effects, music, props, costumes, right? Writing is, where you have the most control. So writing, in my opinion, is probably the most important. And see, we've got season, these are all my notes for season, movie, novel number 1. There's actually a video of me going over this stuff with Fugnut, a bunch of plot thread ideas, tropes and gripes. Let's see, show, don't tell. Gripes you've had. So I just started thinking of all the things that ever ticked me off when I was watching something, and I guess show, don't tell was top of mind. Oh, the elite troops are actually elite, can aim worth a damn. They are deadly. They are accurate. They are to be feared. They do pose a danger. They injure and kill main characters. Avoid scenes where the aim of a unit/character is deadly in one scene, but not in another when suddenly the main character shows up. Right, so that's just a gripe. It's everybody knows the meme that stormtroopers can't hit the broadside of a barn. So I just leave a bunch. It comes to mind. I leave a bunch of notes in here: narrative themes, backstories for the history, the plot threads, locations, all that kind of stuff. So this is called Confluence, and this is free. This does not cost you anything. I've got world building project over here, some project management stuff. There's some personal items in the other ones. That's why I'm not showing them. But Confluence is definitely a great tool, and as you can see, you can keep things really organized. You can add your notes like I'm talking about. You can add icons, emojis, all that kind of stuff to keep things organized, basically. That's everything, basically. Those are all the tools. I'll be sure to Stefan asks, what keeps you motivated to run concurrent deep projects at the same time? Well, I wouldn't say that these are running concurrently. I mean, this Star Wars project is definitely on hold. There's a lot of other things that I will get back to this. Basically, this is on hold until I can get like a 3D printer and until I find a new job and all that. I got better things to do. And then things that making the Turtle WoW content takes priority over this because it'll help grow my channel. When the channel's finally grown, I can probably switch back over and pick this up again. So I wouldn't say that I've got a bunch. And same thing with the Unreal Engine 5. I want to dive into that, but there's so many other things that I'm working on right now. So it would help if if I had all the resources, if I had if I won the lottery and I had a couple $100 million, then I could run all these concurrently. But that's not the situation I'm in. So this actually helps me not lose progress with projects that I've already started and I've had to pause. Later on, these tools would help me run multiple projects concurrently, but that's not the current situation. So I haven't really updated. I haven't looked at this board in a month or two, and it's just because there's a bunch of things that I was working with. Fugnuk has been helping me, but he's got personal stuff going on right now, and I don't want him to feel bad at all for life happening. Family comes first, right? So I'll pick this up again whenever he's ready. If not, I'll pick it up again whenever I can actually afford to hire somebody's services on Fiverr or something like that. As soon as I have a bit, some disposable income, I'm ready to hit the ground running again and start hiring either VFX artists or 3D modelers or something like that. And until then, I'm trying to teach myself everything I can, so when I am in that position, I can hit the ground running. But that basically shows how I tie in Google Calendar with Trello to keep my tasks, all of the different tasks that I need to do together. How I use Google Docs to keep my one-off scripts and things together, and then how I use Confluence for some of the deeper dives on different projects and things like that. Yeah, Swanti says Microsoft recently launched Loop. That might be an alternative to Confluence, maybe. And then Stefan says, yeah, I can understand how not working holds this up. Love to see the commitment in detail so it's easy to switch context when it's time. Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. And then, staying organized. And this also helps me shift priorities quickly too. Like when I got laid off, it was like, okay, well, this is on pause. This is on pause. This is on pause. What do I need to start doing? Right. And that's why you see things, here, let me clear the filter. Where do you clear? There we go. Uncheck. That's why you see all the stuff over here in the completed column, right? This is me, filing unemployment claims over here. Tasks for, canceling prescription medicine that's too expensive for me that I can do without. I'm definitely not 100%, but it's not. It's not life or death either. So, I can pick up the hormone therapy again later when things are better, and then things will really be better. Applying for jobs. So this helps you switch gears too when something happens, when you have somebody you're working on a project with, things come up, life happens. It does help you pivot too. Gus says, if Confluence is like Notion, then Loop would be a contender. Otherwise, it's a combination of SharePoint and Teams. Oh goodness, huh? Well, I haven't seen Loop, but I will check it out. Let's Loop Microsoft Loop collab. Oh well, it's part of the Microsoft 365 suite. So I can see, like, there's a lot of businesses that already use the Microsoft 365 suite. So if your company or boss and stuff are already using that, it probably would be beneficial to jump in and use Loop for things, because that way you're in the same ecosystem. Trello and Confluence are actually part of the same ecosystem. I think Atlassian, the company that made Confluence, bought Trello a little while ago. So I can actually link things together between Confluence and Trello. And then it's super easy to link things when it comes to like Google Calendar and stuff, because especially when it's your calendar, you can just copy the link and paste it. And there's other things you can do. Like I could like here, let me edit this one real quick. And what I'm going to do, so things are kind of cyclical, is I'm going to click here and I'm going to hit share, and I'm going to copy the link to this ticket, and then I'm going to put it here in the calendar invite, or in the calendar task. So, link to Trello card. Okay, and this is, I should be doing this for basically everything. So this way, when I click on the calendar event, then I can click on the Trello card and see the additional notes and make sure that it's marked as progress or on hold or completed, whatever it needs to be. And then when you're done, you can just back out of it. Boom, here's the board, here's the project board that the task or the Trello card or whatever you want to call it is on. So that's another way to keep things linked together. And this is a practice that I should definitely be following, because imagine somebody asked you, like, hey, what was it you were working on 2.5 months ago? Well, then you can go all the way back and then find, damn man, my sleep schedule's been screwed up for a long time. Anyway, oh, see here, I've been doing it. See, finish cooking video. Don't forget to add shout out and affiliate links. So if I click over here. So on June 3rd, and here's the Trello card. So I click that. Boom, there it is right there. Look at that. Oh man, see, look, this is perfect because this is me following all the best practices. I created a checklist. I went through and I made sure everything, so edit footage into the timeline, add royalty-free music, watch through the timeline and write the script, record voiceover and add timeline. Don't forget shout outs to those who donated. Thanks again, Deathforge, that's you. Make a list of all the things you use, then get affiliate links for the ingredients. I put I put where I uploaded the footage. I left myself some notes. And then, just for a matter of record, I actually put the completed video as a comment, and then I marked the thing as completed. So I'm super glad that I clicked on that and I was actually able to show. This proves that the system works. So I can tell you what I worked on. I can tell you what the details were. I can tell you what the result was, and it's all there basically. So, and see here, you can even see me, reaching out to Swifty and stuff, right? Which I did. And for anybody who wants an answer on that, like I reached out to John. Things are a lot different since the last time I worked with them. There's been like the adpocalypse. Remember that? So the amount of money, the amount of revenue made on John's YouTube channel, if I was to start editing his YouTube videos and he was to give me 100% of all the revenue that he's currently making off of YouTube, let's say I worked, when you edit videos, you can work anywhere from like 40 to 80 hours a week easy. So let's just split it down the middle and say I work 60 hours a week editing videos for John. The amount of revenue that would generate if he gave me 100% of the revenue would equal to be less than $10 an hour. So there's other things that I can do that will reward me financially better. And then Swifty himself, he makes all his revenue from live streaming. So the stuff that I do, I live stream myself working on stuff, but there'd be a bunch of stuff that if we were going to work on it, we couldn't live stream it for a while. We could only live stream it later on when things got up off the ground. So it would take, so if he started working with me again, it would take away his time that he live streams. So he'd make less money, and he's making all his bread and butter over on the live streams. So it's just not, it's just cost prohibitive for he and I to work together. It's not that we don't want to, it's just that, I would lose money because I could be focused on other things. He would lose money because it would take him away from where he's currently making all his revenue, which is live streaming. So as soon as something changes, like if I can get the live streams built up again, if I can get the revenue coming in from YouTube or whatever else, and something changes, then I'm sure we'll do some collaborations. But until then, that's just where we're at. I'd love to start making content again with him, but it's just a different world, and it's just cost prohibitive at the moment. So, well, I hope that that takes you folks through everything. Anybody else have any other questions? And I'll go ahead. No tasting samples provided. Boo. Oh, that's great. Thanks, Gus. Well, I mean Well, what just happened? Oh my goodness, somebody just started. Oh, thank you, man. Who did that? It doesn't show the name. Why doesn't it show the name? Where's the name? Let me look it up on the page over here. Oh, Swanty just donated. Oh, Swanty, thank you so much. Oh, I appreciate you. That's great. Everything helps. I really do appreciate that. Oh, you're the best. Okay, thank you, Swanty. Yeah, I'm glad you like this. Like I told you, I could even show you, I did make a task for this. I even wrote in the description, Swanty from Twitch says, and I actually copied what you said and put it in there. So here's that video. I'll go ahead. I'm gonna hit. I'll go ahead and in a second I'll hit stop recording. And then that way I'll be able to upload this to YouTube. So I'll probably spend a little bit of time editing it tomorrow. And then I'll throw it up on YouTube so everybody can watch it whenever they want. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to switch over. We've gotten everything done that we need to get done for the day. I'm actually going to start doing some Turtle WoW. For those of you that don't know, I'm making some World of Warcraft content again. Check out turtle-wow.org. It's a private server. Having a lot of fun on it. Best way I can describe it as Vanilla WoW++. They've made so many updates, so many quality of life updates. They've filled in a lot of the gaps. They've smoothed out a bunch of the rough edges. And I'm really looking forward to making some PvP content. So I'm currently leveling a priest. I'll definitely level a mage. get both of them leveled up, geared out, and then I'm going to make some old school PvP videos because a lot of you folks have been requesting that stuff. So, thanks everybody for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Come and check out the live stream. I'll either be making a video like this, I'll be working on something in the background, or I'll be live streaming Turtle Wow or working on editing a video. So I hope you folks enjoyed it. Thanks again, Swanty. Thanks, Deathforge. Thanks, Swanty, for the donations. I'll see you folks next time.